Yes.
The following program has been rated GE by the Kenya Film Classification Board. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hello viewer, welcome to Chungu Jamii. My name is Betty. I am so excited to be here today because this month, like I told you earlier, we are going to be discussing becoming rich much. I know for sure that you want to get up and do something that is really going to be impactful in your life. So today I have a guest, and before he introduces himself, let me tell you about what we are going to be discussing. COVID happened, and there was no many things going on physically. So online was such a good and better solution to solve a lot of things that we had to come across then. So when you do business and we are not able to meet physically, we're not able to do one-on-one, then online is a good platform. And today I have this guest who's going to be telling us more about that impact and maximizing on that opportunity. Welcome, my guest. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Adams Tuva Adams Tuva. I'm the managing director of Adams Group. We focus on ICT and real estate mostly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tuva, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you in our studios today.
Yeah.
Tell us something about yourself. You mentioned you were the MD of Tuva Adams. I know you have also said that you major on IT and ICT and things like that. So that basically is online. Yes. What exactly do you do at Tuva Adams?
Actually, the organization is called Adams Group.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called Adams Group. And I'll first like to say that, to be clear, from what I've gotten from you, it might not be possible to get rich. You might not get rich this much, but I believe this conversation will start and trigger ideas which will enable you to start accumulating your knowledge, start accumulating your wealth, and maybe next year, same time when we sit down, we'll say, I've made a step in ABC areas. Yeah. So what we do at Adams Group is we are mostly a software development company. Okay. So most of us are programmers. I'm the lead programmer for my organization. We make softwares and systems. So what we do is we come in and first of all, we sell domains to organizations. So .co.ke, .or.ke. So we are licensed by the Registry of Kenya and the Communications Authority of Kenya to sell domains on behalf of these organizations to the people of Kenya. So we also sell hosting. So once you buy the domain name, you're able to get hosting. Hosting is where your emails and websites stay. So we give you a customized email addresses, for example. We then encourage you to develop a website. So your website is your online presence. So we have many people who come to us maybe after they have done quote-unquote website and the quality does not reflect what they need to be as an organization. So we come in and show them that this is what a website needs to look like. And then we take them through that process. After that is done, we make sure that they're actually visible on Google. So the ranking needs to be done correctly. So something called SEO. So that is one bit of the business. We also have online stores. We have so far 4 online stores. We have buykenya.co.ke. We have zizi.click. We have Soko website, and we have kamkunji.market. So all this enable also for what we do for people, because our aim is not only to make you present online, we want to add value to you. So yes, we'll help you develop your website, and later we take you to where can you trade, where can you add value to your business. Yeah. So we also have online directories. We have one online directory which covers hotels, whatever. So basically that's what we do. So most of the resources that we earn over the life of the ICT production or whatever, we put into real estate. So our strategy is we get resources from these particular brands and we push them into real estate.
Wow.
So we develop and also do some maybe buying of land and subdividing and selling.
You are actually doing a lot of work. I'm curious to know what drove you into this. How did you start all this? Because, like you said, making the online presence, it's such a big thing. If you have great products, if you have great services, but they're all kept just in your locality, your physical locality. If you were in Kileleshwa, for example, you have the best of stuff, but you just have them within Kileleshwa. The world doesn't know about them, and leave alone the world, even just the city does not know about them, then that doesn't make you as impactful as you could be. But you are offering a platform where you can maximize your sales and even your marketing, So I like the online presence idea because online, everyone goes online, especially COVID taught us a lot of things. And one of them is that, while people were locked down and staying home, we were all busy checking what's happening in the world. And a lot of things were brought to our attention. And so now we learned how to do 1, 2, 3, and some of those things like marketing. But there are people who are not there yet. Is there something strange or unique or something special that one needs to get to the online presence? Because there are people who haven't met you. So if you share with us how you began this journey, what prompted you to get you into this, that you felt the need and saw the importance, maybe someone will get why they have to do that as well.
Okay. It all starts with starting one brand. For example, our first brands were Africa Blue Webs, which is in IT, and Adams Acres. Okay. Now you know the relation. So everything comes as a necessity. So for example, when we realized that we need to make sure that our brands, now after developing the brand, they need to be visible, we came up with the Chamber Press, which is an online newspaper, an online blog. So we have the Chamber Press, right? So every single thing that we did to advertise our own brands. So we're killing two birds with the same. So as people are shopping on the online, they get to see the kind of businesses and the brands that we are. So we realize that having one online store is okay. Having 4, however, it's a bigger plus. Yes. So we came up with 4 different platforms, named them different names, and the focus or the clientele is different. So realize the clientele for ZZ and Soko website are 2 different dynamics. So our aim is to make sure that our brands are known across. So when we are developing new brands, it's normally it comes from a necessity, right? So as you're developing your first brand, this usually maybe comes from passion, because as I said, I'm a programmer. So Africa Blue Webs was developed because I wanted to develop products in the IT sector. So that's how we came with that brand. So if, for example, you have, let's say you are in the journalism industry and you want to come up with a blog maybe. So that's where your first brand comes from. So your first brand normally comes from your brand, and then the rest come out of necessity. Yes.
Okay. So people who are doing business, the young people who are really set back in terms of they are not where they really want to be. They're not yet living their dreams. They have a vision. They can actually see where they want to go, but they don't have this person to take them there. And like you mentioned, quoting what I'd said, that becoming rich much, it's true. You may not become rich this particular much, but there is always a place to start. And that is what we are doing this much. If it happens that someone gets rich in the same month, good for them. But this is a place to start. And like you have heard me say, if you were just locked down with your products, no one knows about them, you're not making such a big impact as you would when you show up online. So there are these young people who are into starting something. They probably have capital or none. Are you able to share with us, where do I start from? You know, there are these people who have struggled. I know of young guys who are trying to mix chemicals to make detergents, and because they are not even able to make supermarket presents, you know, so because they don't have the right packaging and stuff like that, they don't have the presentation, they do not have this mentor, this guide who works with them, and they can only sell to their next door neighbors who, once they take a liter or two, then they don't know what to do with the rest. So where is the starting place?
I will say I've been asked this question so many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and based on that necessity, we came up with something called the Business Empowerment Tools Program. We call it the BET program. So if you go to bet.program.africa, you'll find what you need to do.
Business Empowerment Tools.
Yes, Business Empowerment Tools. Because I kept on, everywhere I go, I give a talk, and someone just keeps on asking the same question. So I realized we don't really have a structure of what to do.
I know. Yeah. So that also came up as a result of necessity.
Exactly. Yeah. So that came up, and it came up so many times, and I thought this will be a nice way to hold other people's hand, to bring them into the entrepreneurship world. What do you need to do to get started? So this is a 3-month program where we start with giving you online presence. So you come in, we give you a domain name, hosting, SSL, and the actual website. So by the end of the first month, you're already up and running. So the second month, you need some bit of business knowledge, right? So we've partnered with other guys. You realize we're an IT company. We're not a training company. So we have partnered with other people in the industry to take the same groups. Every month, a new group gets into the program. So they go through the 3-month. So second month, they get into a training. So they're trained on different aspects of business all through that month. So intense training for that second month. The third month is now we give you the visibility. So we write a story about you on the Chamber Press, do maybe a video shoot, maybe a profile on your business. We then get you onto the business directories, the online stores. So by the end of the third month, you have a website, you have online presence, you have been trained on some basic things. Basic things like, you know, filing your taxes. They might seem very petty, but it's things you need to learn. So basic things about business and how you're going to approach it, writing proposals, you know, some few things in there. After the third month, we now put you into a community called, it's basically access, we call it BET Access. So we give you access to a portal where you can interact with our partners, right, for the BET program. And also, we allow you to interact with other members of, anyone who's gone through the program gets into that portal. So you can see someone who maybe was in the program 3 months ago, you can do biashara with them, and you can also, in the future, when other people are getting onboarded, you have access to them. So this is a lifelong network, which will stick to you, with you for the rest of your business life.
Do you have to pay to get here?
So it's a give and take, because initially, actually, I was getting the funding fully funded for the program, but I realized that as a businessman, a serious business person, if you don't have skin in the game, there is really nothing. Right? So for this whole program, we are just telling the person to buy the domain and hosting. Only, which is less than $50, less than 5,000 shillings. So we go in.
It's so affordable.
It's very affordable.
Yes.
So we go in.
Because this exposes you to the entire world.
Yes.
And it's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime access.
Yeah. I think it's really
fair.
affordable.
Yeah. So we get our partners to then now fund your SSL certificate, to fund your website, to fund your training for the month, to fund us onboarding you into the online stores. They literally help you through all that. In return, the website we give them, we give out to the entrepreneurs, has a logo of the person who sponsored you. So you give them something, they give you something in return.
Wow.
Yes. So it's a give and take.
It's a good deal.
Yes, a good deal.
I think so.
Yes.
I watched some of your clips on your website, and what I saw when I listened to those guys, they were like, I'm already tendering, you know. These are guys who are doing maybe government tenders. The guys who are already CEOs who want to do better. The guys who are already stable and running. You know. But I'm thinking of that person who is saying, you know, those are people who have probably gotten somewhere already. But there's this person who is starting their journey and they have a goal, you know. What do they actually need other than just coming for and attending the 3 months program that you're talking about and joining the BT? And maybe they are now ready with that money, the $50 to pay.
Yeah.
Do they already need to be running a business or offering some services to now start? And how does joining this organization help them to become better other than, just showing the online presence?
Yeah. I've always told myself that business is all in your mind.
Okay.
Right? You might be walking around with 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million business idea,
Ideas.
and you haven't implemented it. So you can sit down and think about it all your life, or you can just start by taking the first step. and taking the first step is usually the hardest thing for people.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
it's really hard.
Because you're
People-
never sure
You're never
whether
sure.
this is going to work.
Yeah.
And you try and put some money and you lose.
Yeah.
You are afraid to take a second trial.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And in life and in business especially, you're going to lose a lot. You're going to try things which will not work. And that is the
I
reality.
like that you are the one who has said that.
Yes,
You
yes.
are going to lose a lot.
A lot. A lot. Yeah.
So it's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise.
They should be expecting it.
You should be expecting that.
Okay,
Some things will work, some things will not work. But it does not assist you in any way if you don't try. Right? Because I will tell you, over the last 10 years, I've tried things which have failed. I've lost a lot of money. But that does not discourage me from waking up the following morning and trying something different. Yeah. Because there's some
How long
things.
have you done this, Tuva?
I've done this for quite a while, over a decade now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And there's some losses which happen and you literally need prayers.
So you haven't just been making money
No.
over the 10 years.
No.
You have also been losing.
You can
But
lose.
here you are today, opening this platform for everyone across the globe to
Yes.
just be able to learn
Yes.
and get into something and do something new.
Exactly.
I wonder what it is that pushes you and keeps you going, after the losses that you have made.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what that is.
With most of the businesses we do, they impact someone. And you realize after some time, the things run on their own. You don't need to have to be there 8 to 5 anymore. They run on their own. So when a business gets to that point in life where it can sustain itself, you're proud. You say, okay, fine. I did this 5 years ago. Now it's here, right? So that kind of satisfaction that you're actually doing something which is now working, which was just an idea at some point.
It's a motivation.
Yes, it's a big motivation. So even if you're not making an extra shilling or two, but just the fact that, it's moving, that should be good enough. Yes.
Who are you learning from? I have been thinking and believing, like many of us, I guess, that Bill Gates is probably the richest guy in the world.
Yeah.
But just the other day, I realized, no, it's not him. It's Amazon.
Yes.
And this guy, when I hear what you're saying and what you do,
Yeah.
it's like in the same line.
Yeah.
This guy is sitting home and just receiving money. He doesn't even know probably where it
it's
has
coming
come from.
Yeah.
You just see money in your account and you're like, so who put this?
Yes.
It just followed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is your mentor? Who are you learning from and what are you up to?
I learn from a number of people.
Okay.
I learn from a number of people. But we can come closer home and just look at maybe a mogul like Chris Kirubi. This is when Chris Kirubi is actually sitting at his lakeside home relaxing. After how many years? After how many decades? But people don't understand that. It takes time to build these things. Yeah. So I'm sure the gentleman was quite wealthy a while ago, but this is when he's retiring. And maybe for one reason, we don't know why he's retiring, but I'm sure he still gets very involved in his business. So as I say, it's a lifelong commitment.
It's a lifelong.
Yeah. And we can learn from our very own here. The gentleman called Elon Musk, who's failed in losing, per transaction, billions, right? And this is not Kenya shilling, this is US dollar.
I know.
And the following morning, he asked for advice because even in my decade or so of doing business, I still have to sit people, have lunch with them, have coffee with them and tell them, okay, fine, this is where we are right now. What do you think we need to, whatever. And many people will give you different cases or advice. Then it's up to you as the business owner to decide, okay, fine, is this where I'm going? Is this where I need to be. So as you're getting this mentorship from other people, you also need to know and filter from your heart, is this where I want to go? Because you realize most people, if they don't have such a strong back, someone will tell you, okay, fine, I feel your business needs to go this way. But remember, this person might know a very small fraction about your business idea, about your business, what you're trying to build. They have a very small idea, but they can give you a general outlook. Then it's for you to decide and say, okay, fine, this is what I've gotten from them, but I feel this is the angle. Even as you're running an organization, you'll grow bigger and bigger every day. You realize that you have a CEO for this, you have a CEO for this, you have a CEO for this. And even when we sit down, or you sit down with people and they're trying to give you ideas, okay, I feel, Adams, we need to go like this. You need to be the person who spearheads the whole organization. Until the day you say, okay, I'm no longer MD for Adams Group, until the day you hand over, you're still the person in charge. So you might make some decisions which are not so popular, or maybe someone feels, okay, why is he doing this? But at the end of the day, the business belongs to you. The idea is yours. You're the person to share your dream with everyone else. Yeah.
You know, Tuva, the reason I asked you that is because people look at you sometimes and other people who have made it. They just want the results. No one wants to go through the process. And because they have tried 2 or 3 times and failed, it wasn't working, then they think it's not going to work anymore. I was not wired or meant for business, and this can never work for me. I am just the one who can be employed, but I can never do such kinds of things. And so when people step foot to just try, and they meet with these challenges, then they want to run away because they believe it's not working for them. But hearing this from you, that there are times you have had to go through challenges, that you even needed prayers, that is quite something to hear from a business person we all look at and think and imagine that he is making. So the young people who are getting into this platform, you have mentioned the $50 that they need to have. You also mentioned the kinds of markets. I had you mention Kamukunji, and I was like, geez, for a minute, Kamukunji and Soko. Did you mention Gigi? What did I hear?
Soko.
Soko,
yeah. Soko and Zizi.
Yes. So people who are dealing in products, how do they now begin to trade with this? And what returns do they get? Because sometimes you just get into something and you realize you were trading for that person and not for yourself. Yeah.
I'll first want to define, rich is relative. So when someone tells you you've made it, maybe I feel I haven't done that just yet. I've not even lived half my life.
Okay.
I still have more than half to live. So it's still a process. And the mistake young people have is they want instant coffee. It cannot happen. What you put in today will come out in 2 years, 3 years, right? There are business processes I'm putting up now, which will only bear fruit after 5 years. So it's not going to happen. I really discourage people that think that they will get into business today and have an extra shilling next month. That's a lie. It's a process. If you want to do it the right way, unless you walk by some of these organizations I'm here, you get called for whatever. It does not work like that. It's slow. It needs patience. It needs consistency, right? So I would encourage people to get onto the BET program, and we'll guide them through it. We'll guide them through it. I've developed over 13 brands right now, all of which are working. So I've made enough mistakes for most people. So I'll tell you, okay, fine, this person is a specialist in this. They'll guide you in making sure that you're okay on this area. I'll introduce you to people who might help you. So once you get onto that platform, you get a team which will hold your hand through all that, right? With regarding to putting your content onto some of these platforms, you realize that there is a running cost of these businesses. So for example, if they tell you that, okay, for platforms like Soko.website, we don't charge anything, it's free. So if you go to Soko.website and just log in, you post everything at no cost, and no one will charge you. right?
Wow.
Yes. So
Such a good deal.
it's a very good deal,
Yeah.
right? It's a very good deal.
I think so.
Yes. So we work on the background to make sure that the brand gets visibility, right? Which we don't charge you. Of course, there's some guys who say, okay, fine, we want to go premium, and there's a charge for that. It can be 100 bob per week, it can be 800 a month, but those are guys who want to be visible. But the rest of people who just want to just sell, it doesn't cost you. It doesn't cost you. Yeah. There are platforms and deals like ZZ.click. As I said, the clientele is different. So this is where we approach maybe bigger brands who are willing to spend an extra shilling or two, right, to be featured as, let's say, a premium product on these platforms. So in this case, we are pushing their products in bulk, right? So as I said, different brands doing different things. Yeah, just an example.
Wow.
Yes.
What can somebody sell on this platform? You know, if you're selling furniture, it's very easy to just take the pics and send and share, and people will definitely call you because you're going to put your contacts, you know. What products can't you sell? There are people I know. Are you getting down to the mamamboga, or these guys are left to sort out themselves?
Anyone can sell this. There's some people who sell products. I've seen fruits being sold all the way from Eldoret, fruits, and people export their chondos being sold on some of the platforms. I've seen people selling fish on the platforms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. People just post and the products are there. So once
How do you sell fish if you are in Kisumu and, you know, it's not only Kisumu where we see you online?
Yeah. So I don't know the logistics, but but for example, if and that would be on Soko. But for the products where we get involved, for example, we are selling tea.
Yes.
Someone gets into the platform and say they want tea, they want this particular tea, then we help them with shipping to whatever country it is.
Oh, you do that?
We do that. Right, so we'll tell you this is a product you're getting, let's say 10 units, 20 units, 100 units of this, and this is your shipping cost, and we give you the whole whatever. If you have your own shipping, whatever, we'll send it. So we're not putting any hidden costs, right? So depending on the brand you're shopping at, then we're able to So because Buy Kenya, I know, gets a lot of clients from outside the country. It's shocking. Almost 50-60% of the items we sell are not Kenyans. So someone in Congo wants Maasai sandals, someone in China wants tea. So that is the kind of business we do on Buy Kenya.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And they have a lot of clientele.
They have a lot of clientele.
I'm happy that even Maasai sandals are trading online. And so I wonder, what skills should one have for not getting on board to trade? You know, what have you made so difficult that when someone hears the listings, they're like, because of this I can't? Is there anything you have met that people have given you feedback on, such a thing?
We've not had any feedback about people saying we cannot onboard ourselves because of ABCD. It's quite transparent. Of course, we have a team in the background just, going through the listings to make sure there's nothing illegal. We verify. Sometimes someone posts an item and they haven't put the pictures correctly, so someone will call you and tell you, okay, fine, please put at least 1 or 2 pictures to get a better whatever. You realize maybe someone might add an extra 0 or 2. So if you see this cup and it's 500,000, then you realize maybe someone keyed in the wrong. So just people just confirming that the information and the data is correct, but we've not really had any complaints about difficulty on onboarding.
Wow. Tuva, I need us to take a break, and when you come back, please tell us about the financial bits, because when you talk about paying online, it's another challenge, and the people you're dealing with them online. It's not that you can trace somebody and go to where they are and say, you did this and it wasn't wrong, you supplied the wrong thing, you supplied some empty packages, like once I saw a scenario like that. And even if any paperwork is needed for you to do this, talking about the legality of it all. So we are taking a break. Coming back shortly, we're talking about maximizing your online marketing potential. is Chungu cha Jamii. It's our world, our country, our society and community. We talk about marriage, we talk about finances, we talk about parenting, we talk about the boy child, the girl child, we talk about mothers-in-law, we talk about the prisons, we talk about schools, everything that concerns you in the society. We're going to be discussing about resisting peer pressure. We want to talk about why do young people go against authority. I am going to be discussing with you COVID-19 lessons. Today we are talking about molding character in children. We offer solutions. We bring in experts, we bring in psychologists to tell us more on how to handle our problems.
When COVID happened in March, there was a lot of information on what to do.
Come to this place at Chungu cha Jamii on the round pot, have some soup, and talk about the issues in our community.
The parent, the child, and the teacher must work together in order to inform that child. It doesn't matter how far you've gone, even if you feel like it's too late.
Check the child's behavior. If just something slight changes, don't ignore it.
We are meant to live in peace.
Get to understand yourself. Get to understand your thoughts.
Thank you, viewer. I am glad that many of you have been watching and sending in your comments.
Mziki right here on your #1 TV station, GBS TV. My good name is Hypola the Experience. You can call me Moja Sa. Ukumazel the best TV ever. Lafu shoni gani Eko Mziki SMS line 21144.
Tunakuchezea zile ngoma mpya zenye zimekuwa zikitokea hii wiki.
Anytime ulizia bila God nikulia na wakinikeuzia I know you got me girl, yeah you got me girl.
Kautam Nikisa maneno nasikia kautam
Ati wanauliza gospel imedu Bisa CMT we have to do. So Bible now we hand, so we physically, spiritually, lyrically, mentally.
Leo manze tuko na wasanii wa Delhi ndani ya nyumba. Tuko na muziki kali, tuko na countdown kali. Yaani kila kitu leo iko fresh. Chukua sharubati, hiyo ni juice hapo. Weka mguju ya meza.
Triple.
Yeah.
Tumia mtu salamu pale mali unakulanga chapo dogo.
Nani mimi? Walifunga.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back. I am here with Tuva and we are talking about the online business marketing. Tuva, we have heard about affiliate marketing and we have heard of the way to pay, you know, the way to pay for your goods and products and services when you transact online. And mostly people use PayPal, I will say Africa. And so there are ways to do this, but sometimes you're dealing with clients, now for you, your clients, who are on board, but they are not real, they're not honest, you know. How do you deal with such kinds of challenges, and how does affiliate marketing actually help these people to become better in their businesses?
Okay. To start off, there's only one platform where we allow people to post their own item, which is soko.website.
Okay.
And on the platform, we have a very long, you know, at the next to each product, there is how do you pay? You need to meet the person. You need to have touched the item. You need to have, you know, there is that disclaimer there on that particular website. So on Soko, we make sure that is done. For these other brands like ZZ.Click, the items, the people who produce the products bring them to us, right? And we post them on their behalf. So in between that process, we're able to verify registration of the company. We're able to do a bit of background work. So we are not selling things and we you know, we cannot trace where this person is. Yeah, so we do our own due diligence. So as we onboard the sellers for this product. We already know who they are, right? And
at least you've mentioned that you do the due diligence yourself.
Yes.
Let someone just take advantage and say, I'm going to post this, and then I cannot deliver after receiving the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're very careful. Sometimes, let's say a product was posted sometime back, 2 years later, the product is no longer there. Someone has already paid for it. So, we make sure the money is refunded, whatever. We try as much as possible to make sure everything is clean and straightforward. Yeah. So with that, we ensure that none of our clients get ripped off or anything like that. Yes.
Wow. I like that assurance. Do you have some legal processes or some verifying or due diligence, as you said, before somebody comes on board? How do you make entrance into the BET or into the Adams Group doing the online presence? Yes.
Okay. So for the online stores, as I say, we only have 4. Other brands don't really have people selling their products on the platform. We just have 4 online stores, and that's where we encourage people to. The BET program is for entrepreneurs to come in and learn how to do. So it does not mean they're selling on the platforms. Yeah. So what you normally do, as I said, there's a team who will verify the email addresses, they'll verify the phone numbers, they'll verify the locations and all that. So there are people who do that. Yeah. So their work is to make sure that, okay, fine, we're onboarding a dog food manufacturing company. I've seen them in the supermarket. They've sent us a list of their products. This is the price catalog. We've explained to them how it works. They need to deliver to us within 24 hours. We have all that covered. So when we are putting it on our platforms, we already have the assurance that someone will not make their order and 24 hours later the client has not gotten their product. Yeah, so we make sure that is done. So the team who handles that for us.
I like that work that you do. I actually really like it. And I'm wondering, how come everyone isn't there? Have you done like awareness? Is your awareness all across? Because if you only need to pay $50 and get here, and to go for 3 months training, to have you do well or better in what you do, or make the online presence. I mean, this is a place where everybody needs to be, especially looking at the way life has changed. A lot of things are going online. I mean, even education is going online. Why shouldn't someone be here? Who do you cut out?
You need to realize that for example, even if you get, let's say, 100 applications or 200 every week or whatever, you need to look at, there are some few criteria they look at, to pick maybe the 40 that particular month or the 50 that particular month to go through the program. So that's one. And we really encourage people to apply, even if they will not be picked to come in the particular month or the second month or the third month. At some point, we will give it to them and then we can, Also, I don't think from what we're looking at, I don't think we have enough visibility of the program. So it's a blessing and it's also a curse at the same time, because we also don't want to become overwhelmed. As I said, we really believe in quality of what we produce, of the work we deliver. So I'd rather we do it slowly as we also build our muscle as for that particular brand, so that on a time we have 9,000 people or 1 million people on the platform, we're able to give them the service that they deserve.
Yeah. It's important to have control.
Yes.
Yeah. So how many people are you able to handle in a month, and how many people do you already have?
Okay. For us, we're looking for at least 50 people, 50 businesses every month. Every month, 50 people. And sometimes it's overwhelming here, but we just need, for now, of course, a point to which maybe when we have enough partners to do a bigger, because it's not a very, it can be put on full automation, right? We know the 50 people this month, they're getting this service, 50 people, whatever. So I believe with time, when we maybe have enough partners on board, we'll have the muscle to maybe cover a bigger group, right? You realize the kind of scale government can do and a private company, the scales are very, very, But I believe with time, once we build our muscle, whatever, we will be able to engage with a bigger group.
Okay.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Looking at the client
Yeah.
on the other side,
Yeah.
you know, the client needs to know what is, I mean, for you, you need to let your client know what is selling, what's trending, you know. Where does your client have to go checking out for you? Do they just have to check on Soko, or how do you make yourselves available to the client easily?
Everything we have is online. Everything we have is online. Actually, everything is automated because you would either pay using Visa for these products, you would either pay using M-Pesa or mobile payment. The system knows you've paid. The money goes to Safaricom. They send all the money to the bank at the end of the... So everything's fully automated. Someone will get a notification in the organization telling them this product has been paid for. The system will send you a message on email telling you your order has been received, paid for in full. You'll receive it in this long. So there's not so much human interaction.
Yeah. So everything is online, as you said.
Yes.
But now, if I am a client, I do not know about Adam's Group.
Yes.
You know, I do not know that they're trading or they're selling something.
Yeah.
You know, so I cannot just come from nowhere and go and check. I want to buy something. You know, I may go to a store that I know. You know, so. What are you doing? How are you scaling up your marketing to ensure that you are easily accessible by your clients? Because it will be needless to just get the people who are selling, and they do not have clients. You know, what is the assurance these people have that once I have joined bets and once I am showing online presence, then definitely people are going to find me because they will think, I've been here, I attended this training, I am here, but I'm not making any sales. How are you helping them on your side to make sure that, you know, people who didn't know them actually now getting to see them?
Yeah, so we have different conversations with different people, and we take it very seriously to make sure we have the right partners on board. For example, we work very closely with the National Chamber of Commerce, KNCCI, and the national chairman is very, very close to, as in it's very close to his heart, whatever we do. We have conversations with Brand KE, who is supposed to, you know, sell our brand to the world. We work very closely with the Registry of Kenya. Right, KENIC. And for them, they give us the support we need to make sure that, you know, we're visible. If someone is trying to, you know, get online, whatever, they assist with some of the things. So yeah, we have different partners who we work with to ensure that the brands are visible. So on our end also, even as we're onboarding people, we are also marketing these brands.
You are?
We are, So we're not sitting pretty. We are really working very hard to make sure that the brands are known, because if the brands are known, then our clients get the value that is needed.
Actually, they are making a difference.
Yes.
I am concerned about the young people again, because they seem to be the ones who are really struggling to make a living. They are struggling not only to get financials, I mean, not only to get some extra things like comfy cars and things like that, but they're still in the place where they're struggling to just have financial stability. And so they have gone to school, they actually learned, but they do not know what to do. They have come from school and they're not finding any jobs. What do you do with people who are struggling to even get an idea?
As I said, when people are in school, what they don't, like I went to school to learn maybe 1 or 2, 3 things. When I come out, by the time I'm finishing my first degree, I already had an idea of exactly what I need to do. I was very focused.
You did?
Yes. I was very focused on IT. And the mistake people do is they'll sit down and send 100 CVs to 100 different companies. Which is wrong. If you want to get into media, right, you'll rather sit down and write 3, 4 CVs specifically to these guys. Know who's the producer of this program, right? Who I want to work for KQ. Who is, I want to work in KQ in marketing. I want to work in KQ in ICT. Who is the director for whatever? Can I go and have a can I give him the okay? I know sometimes the route is quite it's quite tricky, but if you have the passion or the drive to get this particular job, trust me, you will. So don't take your seeds and just plant. You need to figure out who do I want to work for, from when, then work, because I encourage people to work before they even start employment, right? I worked for three banks before I started my business, and that taught me a lot. Taught me how to send emails. People don't understand how important sending emails is, right? It's very important. How you send someone,
and it's also very professional.
Yes, exactly. So these are things you'll not learn in school, right? How do you make phone calls? These guys will train you on the basics of doing business, right? They'll train you on how to dress when you're going for a meeting, because you worked in the banking hall, right? So people scrap this thing and they just want to jump in to become an entrepreneur. It doesn't work like that. There must be a background. So you go learn what you can enhance your skills in in a real environment, right? Once you get that, okay, fine, I've done this, I think I've learned what I need to learn, then you can jump into employment, right? With a specific one business, which you know. People get confused, they're asking me, why are you running more than 10 businesses? No, I started with one, right? And I perfected that one, which now produced the other ones, right? The mistakes our young people have is that everyone wants to drive a Range Rover, after 2 years.
Of business.
Of business. It does not work like that. So you must be very patient with yourself. Know that I'm a young business, I'm growing, my money is coming this way. You shouldn't take a loan with a bank to pay 100,000, 115,000, 150,000 to support an asset which is not adding value to you, right? I believe that the means of moving around these days. So a point in your life will get where you're getting enough money, where getting a Range Rover for 10 million is easy. It's natural. You won't even feel it, right?
It's automatic.
It's automatic. You won't even think about it. Actually, they'll come to you, right?
Because even your money will be coming from even places you don't know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have enough every month that sustains the business and extra, the car will come automatically. So you take time to build the business, to build your brand. A time will come when everything else will fall into place. How do you develop products which constantly give you income, right? We have Biodome in Kenya. Every single year, there's a client somewhere paying us every single year for the rest of my life. So if you have those kind of income generating whatever, then you can figure out the rest, right? Issue is trying to run for things which don't really have value except for aesthetics and maybe a bit of show here and there, but in real life you're suffering.
And it's so really short term.
It's short term, I said, build your business, learn what you're trying to do. Now that's where employment comes in. Get employed for a few years, learn that. And learn. The most important thing is to learn. The things these people will teach you, you will not learn anywhere. So after that is done, then you can start your business. Now, as part of the BET program, we can tell you, okay, this is a good business, this is a bad business. Because in life, there is bad profits and there's good profits. So we'll help you determine. Sometimes we get very passionate about what we want to do. And the reality is, if you don't look at it properly, you'll just be wasting time. So we'll tell you, okay, this is passionate to you, yes, but is it the right business for you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Tuba, you have spoken rightly, and I hope that the young people who have been listening to this have actually gotten the words you have said. Because a lot of times people go to school and just to get out and realize what I want to do is so different from what I studied in school. And so they're starting a different life out of school, and it seems like their school years were a waste. And then they come up with ideas and they try to implement, and it's not working. And they do this and that and this and that for many years, and it just doesn't work. I am so glad to hear that at BET, you're able to also shape and advise, like, this is a wrong business, this is right, this is going to give you profit, and this is not going to help you for a long time. You know, I really like what happens at BET. I wish actually that everyone would get there. It's just that we are out of time, but I want to give you a minute to just speak to the young people and those people who are doing business outside there and they do not know about the existence of BET and how helpful it can be for their businesses. Please do so.
So I'll first like to encourage people to get employment first. Let them get employed, let them learn the ropes, see what serves them best. And when the time is right, they can now get into the BET program where we'll teach you on how to get into entrepreneurship the right way. So they can go to betprogram.africa and we will be able to give them a brief on how they can register, how they can get onto the platform, they can join the forums, how can they can join the community, how they can get onto the online platforms. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Okay,
That's amazing. I'm so glad you're here to talk to us about that.
Yeah.
You have given us lots of insights
Yeah.
that we would not have gotten for free. At least now everyone who has watched this have been able to get that. They just need to get to that website and they'll get everything else that follows.
Exactly.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It was a great pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, viewer, for watching. I hope you got it from Tuva himself. If you think the road has been easy, he mentioned it. There has been lots of bumps, but he has made it, and he still has a reason to wake up every morning. And one of that is to get you up to where you want to be. He has created that online platform just for you to be able to show up and do things and do business differently in a way that is more impactful and more profitable even for you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Betty. I've been your host. See you next time. This is Chungu cha Jamii. It's our world, our country, our society and community. We talk about marriage, we talk about finances, we talk about parenting, we talk about the boy child, the girl child, we talk about mothers-in-law, we talk about the prisons, we talk about schools,